Welcome everyone to Crypto Corner, your crypto radar for all the latest news, reviews, market analysis and tutorials that help you master the cryptocurrencies market. Well, in today's episode, I will revisit Bitcoin Vanity Addresses. This is a term that I discussed in my crypto jargon series a couple of years ago. It's also in my crypto dictionary, which I first published back in 2018, and it's now in its third edition. And nowadays, Bitcoin Vanity Addresses are rare and can be hot assets in their own right. There's a service I found that makes it possible to buy a Bitcoin Vanity address and sell it for profit, just like with the booming NFT market. In fact, this company is offering vanity addresses in the form of NFT, Non-Fungible Tokens, that you can trade on NFT marketplaces like OpenSea, for instance. But let's start with what is a vanity address for those who missed the crypto jargon episodes, as I posted these more than 2 years ago. As you know, a Bitcoin address consists of alphanumeric symbols, a string of 26 to 35 characters, which is also known as a public key, and which is derived from your private key. I also did a video explaining what is the difference between private and public key. You can go check it out, but I assume you already know that. The public key is the Bitcoin address that you share with others in order to send or receive Bitcoin, and often it also comes in the form of a scannable QR code for ease of use. However, it is impossible to remember your Bitcoin address due to its complexity and non-user-friendly format. So, to make things easier and more fancy, if you wish, some services provide users with addresses that are customizable. You can choose the first few symbols, and thus you can have a more memorable or more user-friendly looking wallet address that you share with your friends or customers, etc. Because this was seen as a frivolous experience, the name Vanity came into use. Not that it's really vain of you to want to have a simpler and easier to remember wallet address, but it's the term that was first used and it's stuck. So, why am I taking the time to discuss vanity addresses again in 2021? Well, for a start, the NFT craze this year gave a huge advantage to anything that is being developed in this sector, and vanity addresses are no exception. They are not easy to create, and they can contain more characters than an auto-generated address, thus making them resilient to hackers. From my research, I found out that most investors prefer vanity addresses that are either longer and more complex or easier ones that are more noticeable and attract the eye at first glance. This is why vanity addresses can be an investment opportunity. I can compare this market to the website names that many people are trading. If you have ever tried registering a new domain for a new idea that you have, you know what I'm talking about. Pretty much every cool name, every common word that you might want to use is already taken. I even had to put a dash on my Crypto Corner web domain for that same reason. So the point I'm making is that trading memorable addresses is not a new game. It's been a well-established business for many years already, and not surprisingly, Bitcoin vanity addresses are a hot property too. Some websites are charging up to 0.1 Bitcoin to generate a vanity address. That's $5,000 at current rates. But it doesn't have to cost that much. For instance, I found a website called Banity, which offers an unlockable NFT of a Bitcoin vanity address with certain starting letters that spell out words. After the leading number 1, each vanity address has at least 8 human-readable letters in its set of alphanumeric characters. Of course, the first letter, which is the digit 1, cannot be replaced as it indicates a Bitcoin address. Each blockchain has its own starting letter or digits that distinguishes it. For Bitcoin it's 1 or 3, for Ethereum it's 0x, for Litecoin it's M, so these aren't subject to change. So what Banity has done, and quite cleverly I think, is to combine NFTs with a vanity address creation. As you know, an NFT is basically a digital certificate of ownership. Therefore, it can be attached to anything, and this gave birth to a thriving industry which exploded this year with many record-breaking sales, mainly in the collectibles niche, but also in the gaming and the art world, and we saw mainstream brands like Coca-Cola, NBA, Walt Disney and many others enter this space already. As a matter of fact, the NFT sector, which came into existence in 2017, has grown much faster than blockchain itself. It took blockchain technology almost 80 years to become acknowledged by the mainstream. It was back in 2017 that the first wave of blockchain mainstream adoption began. Bitcoin's first transaction occurred in 2009, so yeah, it took 8 years pretty much. NFTs, on the other hand, 3 years, and it's now the biggest trend of the year. Everyone's talking about them, and the industry is growing with the speed of light. So, Banity is positioned right in the center of this booming industry with their collection of 1001 vanity addresses that come with their own tradable cards. These NFTs are built on Ethereum. In other words, your ownership is recorded in smart contracts on the Ethereum blockchain. They use the ERC721 standard and as such can be transferred freely amongst Ethereum wallets and can be bought and sold on multiple NFT marketplaces such as OpenSea or Rarible and others. The authenticity and ownership of a Banity are tracked on the blockchain as it passes through the hands of collectors, with the buyer taking the role of official owner. And as an owner, you can actually resell this Banity NFT, or you can redeem the wallet address, the private key that is connected to it. So if you unlock the private key of this valid Bitcoin address, then this token is permanently destroyed and can no longer be traded. You cannot resell it. You're basically buying a Bitcoin Vanity address and then selling it for a profit, all without disclosing any information about the address's private key. Or if you redeem that private key, then you can use it, but of course you cannot resell it because nobody wants to buy a Bitcoin wallet address that already has a disclosed private key. So that's a very important part. You want to be certain that the private key has not been disclosed to anyone else apart from the owner. So, who is behind Banity? Well, this is a crypto asset management firm based in Switzerland called DCOM, established in 2017. They created Banity as a collection of 1001 NFTs. All private keys are stored securely and encrypted by the DCOM Switzerland AG in Switzerland. This gives us a peace of mind knowing that it's a Swiss-based company regulated and licensed in one of the toughest European jurisdictions. They are a member of the Financial Services Standards Association in Switzerland, which is recognized by the Federal Financial Market Supervisory Authority, FINMA. This is the Swiss financial regulator. I found out that Banity is about to start selling these 1001 NFT vanity addresses next week, so I think we got this just in time before they start. I hope you're watching this video right as it's out. If you're a subscriber, then you have an advantage, of course. So don't sleep on it. Now, these NFTs are fundamentally different from most of the other NFTs. We mostly hear about art NFTs or the collectible card NFTs. Their images are all over the internet and many people rightly ask what's the point of paying hundreds of thousands of dollars for this when anyone can download the image if the image is what they want to own. Well, Banity offers real, valid Bitcoin vanity addresses and makes them tradable. These are not GIFs or JPEGs that you can simply download and replicate. They're unique vanity addresses that are very hard to find. The longer, the harder. And unless you are an owner of one of these, you cannot unlock the address. So this is what makes owning the Banity NFT cards valuable. As I mentioned, generating a vanity address is rather complex. It requires a brute force algorithm, and if there is no match within the desired sequence of letters and numbers, the algorithm generates a new random private key and follows the procedure again and again and again. The difficulty of generating a desired vanity address lies in the number of addresses that are needed to be tested on average, given that the difficulty increases exponentially the longer your vanity address is, so does the average time required to find that vanity address. This could take hours, days, or even years. The time requirement is exponential in the number of characters you're trying to find. This makes finding a vanity address a very computationally intensive problem. A home computer would have to take years to generate a long vanity address, so Banity have designed software and hardware especially developed for this. According to a blog I found by programmer Tara Anison, an example she gives here about an address starting with this prefix would take around 11 million years to generate. This is because the process of finding this address would require billions of public and private key pairs to be generated and then converted to the Bitcoin address format, discarding any that don't provide the desired result. Each public address is linked to a private key, so you're really generating this as a pair. So, Banity is offering 1001 unique Vanity addresses, each of them coming with its own NFT certificate, and the best part, you get to choose your own prefix. When you register for the pre-sale, which begins on the 25th of November, then you get to choose an 8-character long prefix. This could be anything you like. It can be your brand name, your social media nickname, anything really. The reason for the Banity collection to offer 8 customizable characters is because starting from this Vanity length, it makes it extra difficult to achieve the desired result. Most of the websites that offer Vanity addresses only give you up to 4 or 5 customizable characters, and the computing power of a normal computer can find a Vanity address with up to 7 characters. So that's not unique in any way. Also, to generate an address with more than 4 characters becomes very expensive with the services that I've seen so far. Vanity Gen is the most well-known so far, and they charge 0.0195 Bitcoin for this, which right now comes to $1,153. Well, Banity addresses are less than half of this price. There are only 600 of these that will be available at the pre-sale. The other 401 will be minted and released at the public sale, but only the silver cards that we see here are reserved for the community to generate a Banity with their own preferred prefix. The gold cards, the black ones, and the other ones will not offer the customization option that you get for the pre-sale. In order to participate, we have to register for the whitelist pre-sale. And the search for the 8-character Vanity addresses begins on the 25th of November until the 600 prefixes are found. The maximum search duration is set at 7 days, meaning until December the 3rd. All prefixes found will be included in the silver card collection. The sooner you register for the whitelist pre-sale, the higher up you stand in line to get a Vanity address. The Banity collection does not contain duplicate prefixes, so to secure your desired Vanity address, I'd say it's best to act fast. The pre-sale is off-chain, and no Banity NFT will be minted during the pre-sale. On the day that the NFTs are minted, the Banity NFTs are transferred to the wallets. When you get the NFT token that contains the Vanity address, you can choose to redeem that address, or if you're buying it purely for profit, then you don't want to redeem that address. You want to keep it intact so that you can resell it, of course. As soon as someone decides to redeem that token in order to get the private key of the Bitcoin Vanity address, the token is destroyed forever, as I said, which means that the token has a hyperdeflationary characteristic. Every holder of a Banity NFT can see the front of the card, which is also visible to the public, but by keeping a Banity in their wallet, the holder has the right to redeem the NFT in order to receive the private key. The private key is placed on the back of the card, and it's only revealed to the Banity holder. The Banity website will enable NFT redeem function that will release the hidden private key of the Bitcoin Vanity address, and according to their lead developer, this feature should be ready by February the 15th. So, as I said, the private sale is off-chain, it's not open to the public, you have to register for this. According to their roadmap, the public sale is going to be from the 15th of December, and it will go live on OpenSea, the biggest NFT marketplace. Another point I want to make here is that Banity is a deflationary NFT collection. With just 1001 minted in total, the more Banity NFTs that are redeemed, the scarcer they become. So this is an important feature that makes this more valuable, and being the first NFT product that offers Vanity addresses gives them the first mover advantage. Much like the CryptoPunks that today are selling for ludicrous amounts, it's due to their scarcity and of course their first mover advantage that they have. So with a little bit of luck, we now have the opportunity in pre-sale phase to generate our own Banity NFTs with our own preferred prefix for these addresses, And of course, if you want to find out more about this, I dropped all of the links, all the necessary links in the description below. I always do that. Go check them out and also register for that pre-sale. Alright, well, this wraps up today's episode of Crypto Corner, everyone. Thanks for staying until the end. I hope this brings you value, and if it did, please share it with someone else who would benefit from watching this. Also show your support by leaving a like and a comment below. Let's get the algorithms working so this video can reach more people. Also make sure that you check out the links in the description below, where I list all of my top crypto services, exchanges, wallets, my top charting tools for market analysis, and my 2 ebooks, Learn Crypto, the ultimate beginner's guide to investing in cryptocurrencies, where I share with you everything that I've learned in my 6 years in this industry, especially my mistakes, so that it can help you avoid making these. And Crypto Jargon A to Z, this is my complete crypto dictionary with almost 1,000 terms and acronyms and trading slang that you should know. It's an Amazon bestseller and it's now in its 3rd edition and at a super low price offer. If you want to be on my mailing list and receive my bi-weekly crypto newsletter, the link is also in the description below. Trade carefully and stay profitable.